Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Dorothy Morgan, professional astrologer. Doing a daily message for the last number of weeks. We use the astrology of today, just a wee bit of that. The full content is on my Patreon. You're welcome to come and support me over there. We also use some Astro dice to get a little extra insight. Here's the lid. Oh, it's upside down. I'm going to put down below who makes them because somebody else was asking. I'll have to, because there's a lot of Astro dice out there, apparently. And then we use this deck. It's a beautiful Oracle deck. I love to use Nature Spirit. And because, hashtag align with nature. It's my thing. I'm trying to align with nature to see what's going on. All right. And I just rolled the dice. So let's start first with the astrology. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully. No. Jessica and I have a meeting today at 10 o'clock, as you can see. And here we are. So here's the chart of right now. This is just an animated chart. For my latitude and longitude, you have to just ignore the midheaven and the ascendant because, where we live is all different. So I'm going to take them out right now. There we go. Still, all the stuff's above the horizon. Everything is clustered together. This is considered a bowl shape. So that means we're highly focused right now on a few specific things, and that's very true. What I just want to talk about mainly is the moon is in its balsamic lunar phase until we get to the new moon, and that forecast is also, it'll be connected to this one. The new moon is on Wednesday the 2nd at 12:35 in the afternoon, East Coast time, at 12 degrees of Pisces. So right there where Jupiter is. So right now, between now and that point on Wednesday, March 2nd, it's not time to begin new things unless you're really inclined to, and you absolutely have to. All right. Because this is where we should be at this lunar phase going in. I talked about it yesterday. I'll talk about it again tomorrow. I'm going to stop my share. We're going within, we're spending time contemplating things and not beginning new processes. I know we have no retrograde, so that's perfectly fine, but we still it's still important to follow that lunar phase because the moon is dark. You have to get up at just before sunrise right now to see the moon. I saw Mars this morning. I was up before Venus rose and before the moon rose. I went back to bed. I was ready to be up, but I woke up, and these days when I get up this early in the morning, I do tend to go look out the windows to see if I can see the moon or Venus and Mars, because it's great to physically connect with the sky, because that's where astrology comes from. All right. So how are you going to use these next couple of days? Processing, evaluating, spending as much time alone as you can, whatever that looks like. If you can't, you can't, but a few minutes here and there is nice. I think I'll just roll the dice again because that's what I want to do. All right. So that's the 12th house stuff. So what happened? This roll is different than the one before. So additional content for what's going on today is for us to focus. I've rolled the sun in Scorpio in the 12th house. So that what that represents, that energy is about where we want to shine. So what are we going to shine the light on? We're going to shine on Scorpio things. That's just appropriate for that balsamic lunar phase, because Scorpio is also very interested in taking that deep dive. My necklace is halfway off. Taking that deep dive into the psyche, into our dreams, into the underworld, if you will. Things that are important to us. And that's what that 12th house is too. It's the dreams. Scorpio is going deep. So we're going in with our lantern, with our light, with our torch, whatever, the sun, into Scorpio territory, which is what's going on very deep internally inside that we need to process, because there's a lot of tough things going on in the world right now. We need to shine our light on those things, right? We need to hold our light, and because if there's a lot of evil going on in one place in the world, then we also can have equal amount, if not more, of that light to bring that back, to bring that more into balance. I can't predict what's going to happen by any means, but that's how we can use it in the world around us. However, I want you to figure out how to use it for yourself too. So think of how you can, bring more light to something that has been, that's coming to the surface that's bothering you a lot. There's a lot of grief and grieving that goes on in the world and in daily life. That's Scorpio things as well. So trust your intuition, 12th house, and all of the planets we have in Pisces right now, that new moon in Pisces. Trust your intuition, trust what you feel. Don't act unless it absolutely feels like it is what you need to be doing. There's a lot of anger that can come up out of that. And if we have anger, that's fine. It's an emotion. So process it. I know. Here we are. What's the card want us? Oh, I like this. It's owl medicine. That's really wonderful. Let's hold this one up. There we go. Pretty awesome. It gives us that insight and wisdom for knowing what is right for us to do. This is also a time of illumination, transformation. Owl medicine, we think owl in some indigenous cultures represents the power of women, right? It's also Athena, Pallas Athena. The owl would sit on her shoulder as in that view. Let's look where Athena is in the chart. Let me go back. That's interesting because I don't put the asteroids in a whole lot. Display points, edit. It's Pallas. Where is it? Here it is, Pallas Athena. There she is. Where is she located? Is that correct? It is Pallas. There she is. She's in Aries. She's right next to Chiron. I don't usually have that one in either. So she's in Aries. Well, that's quite interesting. My display options are off. There we go. So 5 degrees of Aries. So that represents, taking our own power and really being, especially the divine feminine energy, which is owl medicine, which is Pallas Athena. She's quite the goddess, and a very strong, powerful woman. So it's in Aries right now as it's moving through Aries. So that gives us that opportunity for health, wellness, and healing in our own warriorness, right? Goddess, feminine goddess, feminine warrior. So take that owl medicine. It's also an animal of the night. So that also represents trusting our intuition and our dreams, which we have planets in Pisces and the new moon's coming up in Pisces. So it's all about that. So over these next couple of days, make sure you spend some time in contemplation and or meditation, chanting, the things that mean stuff to you. So you're able to process and heal and protect your sensitivities, put up boundaries if you need to. Next few days can feel really sensitive for a lot of people. All right. Eternally grateful. Blessings, everybody. And namaste.